CBS 19 is a proud partner of the Caldwell Zoo. The Texas horned lizard, also known as the horny toad, is an important part of the ecosystem, but there is a threat to their population in the wild. Take a look. The state reptile of Texas is on the decline in the wild. That's the Texas horned lizard. I'm here at the Caldwell Zoo where they're doing something to help at the Texas Horned Lizard Conservation Center. Now, we brought you this story last year, but we have an update, so let's go. These are the newest batches of lizards here at the Texas Horned Lizard Conservation Center. I'm joined by Jack Cross, keeper of reptiles. And Jack, about how many lizards do we have here?
So we have about 75 baby lizards right now across 3 clutches or groups of eggs from different females. They have hatched between like 3 weeks ago and a week ago as our most recent clutch.
How many lizards do you usually get per clutch, and is this the normal number?
This is pretty normal. I believe we had like 36 eggs in the first clutch because one of our females is more experienced than our others. I think we had 30 in our second clutch and around 21 in our third clutch, which I think was a first-time mom.
So these animals are endangered, correct?
So they are not endangered on the federal level. They are a species of specific interest to Texas as their populations are declining in our state of Texas.
What's their biggest threat to conservation?
One of the biggest threats is the introduction of fire ants here in Texas, which no one likes fire ants, especially not these lizards, because they are mostly an ant-eating lizard, so they eat lots of harvester ants as some of their favorite species, but fire ants are out competing those harvester ants and they can't eat fire ants, so they are limited by the amount of food they can eat.
And once these guys are a little bit older, what's next for them?
So we actually do a reintroduction program alongside Texas Parks and Wildlife, where in the months of September and October, we will take our lizards to Mason Mountain Wildlife Management Area, and we will release them back into the wild.
Do you know when the next release is coming up?
Yes, the next release will be in early September.
That's exciting. These guys are going to be going to the wild soon. Are there any plans in the future for the Texas Horned Lizard Conservation Center to expand, or any goals that we're trying to hit?
So right now we have 3 clutches at the same time here. Last season we had 2 clutches. The season before that we had 1. So we're growing year by year. And our goal is to continue that production increase to help bolster the populations further and further year by year.
Why is this species important to the ecosystem of the wild?
Texas horned lizards, they don't get very large, they're not very high on the food chain, but they do eat lots and lots of insects, especially species of ants. And there are so many ants that it's important to have different predators for them, but they also are predated upon or eaten by animals like coyotes, different birds, different native species of snakes. So they are a very important species. They serve a goal as both a predator and a prey species.
So if people want to get involved and try to help these species, what's the best way for them to do that?
I'd say some of the best ways are, if you ever see one in the wild, just leave it where they are. It's actually illegal in the state of Texas to collect them now. I know some people grew up being able to do that, but they are now protected because they're declining. And I'd say another great way is support your local zoo. If you support the zoo, we can keep doing great work like helping reintroduce the species.
If you're coming down to the zoo and you want to see these specific Texas horned lizards, you can come down to the Texas Horned Lizard Conservation Center. It's right by the Wild Bird Walkabout.
Sarah, they're kind of adorable, but even after this project, once they're reintroduced into the wild, they're not gone, really. They still have access to them.
Exactly. If you saw when they were being released, there was a little, it looked like a little stick on the back end there. That was a way that the zoo is able to track them and kind of keep track of the population in the wild. And it's not just the Caldwell Zoo that does it. There's a couple other organizations around Texas. One of the zoos in Dallas that is participating was able to find one of their own lizards, which was so cool and kind of a cool reunion.
Yeah, it's working out. Great work there at the Caldwell Zoo.
Look at them go. But hey, if you're heading out to the zoo, it is going to be a scorching